Namaste friends, it is reported that People Republic of China is quite apprehensive about the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 and the protest against it. It says that it will alienate Indian Muslims and channelize them to international terrorism. It also says it will have repercussions in the strategically important region, that is the Xinjiang province, where Uyghur Muslims are staying. China should be the last country to say these words for the simple reason, for what we know, the fate of minorities in China, the fate of Uighurs in China. At the same time, China must also understand that Citizenship Amendment Act and the protest against it is purely the internal matter of India. China has no stake or no say in it. India is a land of great virtues. India is built on the great pillars of morality, ethics, and also Sarva Dharma Samabhav. Therefore, there is no scope by law, by nature, by spirit, in whatever way, for discrimination of minorities, alienation of minorities, persecution of minorities, let alone Muslims. It is a land for everyone. It is a land of everyone. Therefore, China must take back its words, which is quite hypocritic and also quite unreasoning. We must also understand whether China is making a joke or what, because it seems that China, with its words, it is like a demon preaching bhagavadgeetha without following itself first. What is the fate of Uyghur Muslims in the Xinjiang province? In last 2 days, as reported, China is hunting down every Uyghur Muslim who is fleeing the detention camps. China is changing the models of every Muslim home to look more Chinese. Mass surveillance, detention camps, labor camps, what not. It is also reported that China is collecting the data, or it is collecting the DNA of every Uyghur Muslim, which is quite inhuman, which is quite against their wish and will, to safeguard for some larger picture of China. In every sense, it is breaching or taking away the basic rights of Uyghurs, and it is preaching to the world how to treat minorities. Especially, it is teaching India how to treat minorities. But it is forgetting the fact that India is home to second largest Muslim population in the world. Does it understand the sensitivity with which it is speaking? I must also say that when China says these words, it is forgetting the fact that wherever, or because of its expansionist policies, it is creating some sort of repercussions throughout the world. What happened in South China Sea? Almost southeastern nations are at fearful state that when and where their sovereignty will be lost. They are fighting for their independence every minute. What is going on in CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor? Pakistan is forgetting, and it may not know the fact that sooner or later it will completely take away the Pakistan sovereignty. Without the permission, it is traveling through Pak-occupied Kashmir, and in the name of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, not just capturing the Gwadwar port, which is strategically important for Pakistan, but also for the China, and at the same time, it will take away the sovereignty of Pakistan. What it is doing in Arunachal Pradesh, Aksai Chin, and wherever, what is going on in Hong Kong? Who is responsible for that? Is China ever worried about the liberty to its people, freedom of expression to its people, the right to choose, that is the democracy, basic democratic values to its people? Has it ever thought about it? Taiwan is fearful even if the people have elected against the so-called Chinese choice. At the same time, what happened in Tibet is the best example to say that Chinese history is not pro-minority, or Chinese history is not pro towards the diversity. So, before asking the questions to others, it must also understand how many illegal or legal immigrants it has sheltered? How many Rohingya Muslims have been sheltered by China? What is the fate of minorities in China? Forget the Uighurs, which it says it is for the national security. What will be the condition of Hong Kong protesters? Who are they? They are the citizens of China. How they are treating? For any country, such a ill treatment is unacceptable. For what US or any other interventions? It is only because Chinese expansionist policy, Chinese arrogance, which is treating its people without giving the basic rights, morality, ethics, values. Therefore, China must understand one thing before commenting on such sensitive issues which is of no concern to it. You must also know, China must also know that no Muslim country is crossing their limit. Then how can People's Republic of China cross its limit, which has gangrene within itself? It is also important that whatever the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019, the clauses or whatever the protests are going on, it is for the better understanding of this act. Maybe it is misunderstanding which is leading to the protest, but whatever the aspects are going around in India, it is just the internal matter of India and no need to worry for the third party. If third party China says that this will alienate Indian Muslims and this will lead to the international terrorism, then it is disrespecting Indian Muslims. Before everything else, China must stop its labor camps, indoctrination camps, ethnic cleansing, rest every other aspect which are inhuman in nature, which are against the equal principle of modern world. Therefore, China, before commenting against or regarding this Citizenship Amendment Act 2019, it should correct its track record, it should correct itself, and also it should think that it is not Pakistan, it is India. Therefore, meddling in the internal affairs of India is not an easy matter for China, and it is quite unacceptable for every Indian citizen, and Indian government must openly protest against it, protest against this Chinese stance and convey that they have no stake and no say in the internal matter of India. And it is quite clear. And Citizenship Amendment Act in the coming days, it may take whatever the course, because it has to go through the legal test. At the same time, as an act, it is already implemented in India. It is taking the path, the right and the wrong, the discussions are still continued, but no third party, no third country is allowed to intervene with respect to Citizenship Amendment Act or whatever the Indian laws are, which are for this nation, for this land, for the people of India. Hope I made my point very clear. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind.